I'm sure there'll be a lot of listeners who are saying, okay, this is interesting. I've never really explored this. Maybe, yeah, maybe that's a great spot to talk about EOTs or employee ownership trusts. I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, and the theory behind it, and the way the EOT works is an owner says, okay, I got this business, say it's worth $10 million, and that's the fair market value. What I'm going to do is I am going to loan this trust $10 million to buy the business from me, right? And then the business, as the business produces cash in the future, they're going to pay me out my $10 million. Once I'm paid out, or once I sell it, really, that trust now owns the shares. The trust owns the shares on behalf of all of the employees of the company who don't have to put any money in, because me as the owner, I've lent that money to the company, right? So I am financing essentially a big vendor take back, right, or
Mm-hmm.
big seller note for the purchase of the company by this trust. And the reason why it works, there's two reasons why it works. One, it's indirect. So it's not like the employees go to work every day and have to vote on whether to buy a new machine or to change the hours. The company continues to be run in the same way it always did. The employees are beneficiaries of the trust, but the trust governed by a trustee, they are the ones who vote the shares, right? There's a trustee in place, there's a board of directors in place, and the trustee votes the shares with the best interest of the employees at heart, but they're not making like management decisions. There's still a management team. So the indirect nature of it allows it to be more palatable for businesses that have been run in a hierarchical way, like most businesses are. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is a tax incentive. So the issue for the owner is, well, now I'm, the company has to succeed. It's way more risk than just selling it to somebody else. I'm not getting my cash up front. This is risky for me. Why would I do this? Well, governments in the US and governments in the UK, and now the government of Canada has said the outcomes of employee ownership are so good that we're willing to give you a tax incentive to do this. And so in Canada, the first $10 million of capital gains when you sell to an EOT are tax free. So that accounts for the fact that I have to, I have to stay connected to the business longer. I'm not getting my cash up front. It's a little higher risk. I get a tax benefit for that. So that's essentially how the EOT works. And, we're excited to see what happens here in Canada.